Ayo, mm, uh, I'm back. Yeah, week 3 or 4, week 3. Uh, yeah, this is, yeah. Um, it is 1 minute past 12 Saturday, PM, AM. I'm not on my usual spot because my usual spot of it's usually dark and I use my phone's flash, but less. My phone is 5%. Dang. Wait, let me see if I can charge real quick. Okay, even while it's charging, the battery has been bugging lately, so this one's actually going to have to be super short. Um, never mind. I'll just do this tomorrow because this is not gonna. Okay. You know what? Okay, I'll see how far this goes. Um, okay. Today was the third week of school. And today was the third week of school, and yeah, it's been alright. Um, it's been okay. I had my first maths extra class, last week Saturday, and so like I said, I need to catch up. I still need to catch up a lot, and especially I need to catch up, especially like right now, because this is the earliest I can get as far ahead as I can. I really need to. Also, the neighbors are back with the Wi-Fi, so no more stressing about late uploads for because of data. So yeah, their house looks beautiful. We were in there like on Sunday. Anyways, phone seems to be intact. Um, Oh yeah, that room. It's the room that's actually right here. There's a door here. I will not show that because it looks messy. My lighting is kind of weird. And yeah. I try to pop these. They don't want it. There's two. I try to pop them. They don't want to go away. They don't want to get popped. I squeeze them until they hurt. Anyways, yeah. This week was okay. This week was okay. I procrastinated a lot this week, but it was okay. It was okay. Yeah. And ultimately, I focused too much on the negatives. So, and I should focus more on the positive. And the positive is that this week was okay. But I should, focus on the positives while understanding the pressure that I am under, you know. Which is funny actually. In life orientation, I had to summarize a unit for today, yeah, I just had to summarize the unit, and the unit was all about stress, right? And there was a part that I had to summarize where it talked about eustress and distress. I didn't know eustress was a word, but basically eustress is positive stress and distress is negative stress. So like eustress, like it's just basically when you feel pressured to just do better and to just do the best that you can and to succeed, good stress that motivates you, good stress that encourages you to keep going and stuff. And then distress, it's distress, it's negative stress, when stress is overwhelming you and all that, you know and bro, all of us, in school, like we all downplay on like LO and all that it tries to teach us, but I honestly just really appreciate the subject. Uh, uh, yep, we're at 3%. Okay, I honestly really just appreciate the subject because of stuff like that. it's really only us taking it as just a mundane subject that all we have to do is remember a couple stuff and just pass. That like distracts us from all of the lessons that it teaches and all of that, like the whole stress and distress and eustress thing, because it's not like I didn't know, obviously, like good amount, like there's obviously a positive amount of pressure that encourages you, right? But just having it for me to read and then to write it down, it gave me like a different flashlight to see, a different magnifying glass, a different perspective to understand, you know, what stress really is and all that. And how I can just relate that to me, and just how much I feel stressed to excel in school and excel in other responsibilities. I know a lot of, basically like 90% of all I talk about is just school, because really that's been my biggest, like, visible factor of stress. But like also, like, there's a bunch of other stuff too, like my pressures of being a better older brother to my little brother and my baby sister, and me being a youth leader at church, which is a big thing that I just never mentioned for some reason. Me wanting to pursue music, but never really, not never, but just not really putting my heart into it, and you know, like, just having that, like, that whole topic of stress, be me reading it and then me having to write it, like, it just puts me in a whole new mode, especially now that I was actually trying to just read and try to get what I'm reading instead of just copying down. So like, yeah, like, the reason I procrastinate, and the not the reason I procrastinate, but like the reason I I like basically almost like I gave up on myself to certain degrees. I gave up on myself, and I have a problem with change. I have a problem with bettering myself. I have a problem with others relying on me, because of just that, the pressure that all of that brings, right? Making a decisive decision, having someone rely on me to do something, someone putting trust into me, someone having faith in me, is a lot. And it's not a lot, but it can be a lot. But like, it's not about it being a lot, it's just about it being there, just being that weight of responsibility that I just didn't like, which is how I ended up here. And so I'm slowly understanding that, like, I'm slowly understanding that I need that pressure and I need that stress, because without it I will never strive to be better. I need my parents constantly looming over my head, being like, okay, okay, bruh, like, how are you going to do better in maths and sciences and all of that? I need the pressure of my little brother just kind of, I don't know, just doing whatever that kind of makes me feel like I'm not doing a great job at being a big brother. I need that, like, I need that pressure and I need that stress to help me get better. And I need to embrace that stress. I need to embrace that stress. I need to rise to the occasion by and give myself grace. Cause another thing I also try to hide behind is also, trying to look like, trying to, like, look like I'm overworking myself. The goal is to try and overwork myself, but procrastination and stuff. So like I try to look like I overwork myself, so that people can be like, oh no, you've done enough, you've done so much, bro, it's cool, bro. Oh man, you've done so much, so that I don't have that pressure of them wanting more of me. you know I've been just hiding behind that as well. you know and you know last point, because 2% now. um after last week, on during the maths extra class, like not during, but like at the end before we left, there was a university kid who used to be at the school that was just giving us advice and all of that. And you know one of his, like, he had a whole presentation, and one of his bullet points on the presentation was like, give yourself some grace. And when he said that, it triggered me, because like I I know exactly what he means. He means do your best, but don't overdo it. Because if you overdo it, you're gonna you're just not gonna be able to do it well, I guess. And why it triggered me was, the reasons I said before, was because, like, so I have to put in the number one, I have to put in all the effort I can put in, which is hard, and include in it needs and requires intention, decision making, and embracing the pressure. And then number two, like, giving yourself grace, which means I'm going to have to condition myself to just calm down and know how hard I've worked, and not try to pretend to be super stressed about overworking myself, or pretend to be like, be hard on myself and be like, no, I need to work harder so that others can have sympathy over me or whatever. And yeah, I need to embrace stress, and I need to embrace stress and regulate it. Yeah. 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 Mhm. I think I'm gonna make a short tomorrow, because there's, yeah, 13-minute video. So, ciao. God bless.